Hey, my air signs. So if you are of air element, that being a Virgo, I'm sorry, no, not a Virgo. No. If you are of Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, this is your full moon and Sagittarius reading. All right, so I'm still stuck on the earth energy for some reason. All right, my air signs, let's get right into your reading. So as you have heard prior to me recording your general reading, I gave you an overview as to what the energy of this full moon is about. And just as a recap and for emphasis, it is about a time of facing our fears of the unknown, taking steps of leap of faith that will help us to grow or overall go toward our better good. All right, so that is the theme behind this full moon. But also in conjunction with that, as I pre-pulled this oracle from the Moonology deck, because we are in that full moon in Sag, but it's also looking at the bigger picture. So that is what we're going to touch upon right now, to see what aspect that you air signs need to look at the bigger picture toward, in terms of you releasing some sort of fear of an unknown situation, a person, a place, or just even your own when it comes to your aspirations and your dreams. Sometimes when it comes to our dreams, our biggest dreams, sometimes there's a sense of fear because we don't know when we dive in and take that big giant leap of faith, how is it going to turn out for us? So sometimes when we do that, unfortunately, we can block our own blessings, and that's something that we don't want to do. Let's speak upon the overall energy that have come out for your air signs pertaining to looking at the bigger picture and how this Sagittarius full moon is going to influence you. The card that came out is the Two of Swords, or the Two of Air. So you guys are definitely in your element, air signs, because Swords is connected to the mental mind. And from what I have seen during the shuffling of your cards and what has come out, you guys are in your head about something. What are you guys actually pondering over? Because the Two of Swords is an energy of making a decision. You are pondering something. You are at crossroads. But twos in tarot is making a choice about something, a person, place, or thing. Or, as I said, it could be just deciding, weighing out the options of something. So whatever it is, you guys are definitely in your head, but you are thinking too much about it, because for one thing, I feel intuitively that as I look at the top of the deck of the card here, I see the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, and then behind that is the Five of Swords. This is a lot of Swords energy. So that means that you guys are definitely been pondering over something for quite some time. And I feel that as I see the Page of Swords, it's something, the Page of Swords is also a card that is delayed. It could be anything that can be delayed. It's also the card of surveillance. So you've been watching, but you've been watching what it is that you've been pondering over, but mentally, right? It doesn't have to be physically. It could be, but it's more watching mentally through your mind's eye, what it is, a situation, a scenario of your situation that you've been closely watching in terms of making a decision, that of that Two of Swords. But also, it's also correlating with another Swords energy, that of the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords, in conjunction with the Two of Swords, it's indicating that you guys are you are taking a break. You have been meditating. You've been really thinking about your options of something, whatever it may be, but you are very much in your head. And so how does this energy of this full moon, how is it influencing you at this time? Well, one thing I would say, this full moon in Sag is connected to the fire element. And other than the Emperor, which is connected to Aries, you guys don't have any cups or wands that have come out, which means that you are more in your head than you need to, instead of taking action. So it's where you're in your thoughts, but that's where it stays. You're not taking action. You're not feeling inspired. In fact, I feel that intuitively, some of you are feeling maybe powerless, maybe your energy is low, you are not thinking positive about something, you would know. Now, this is a collective, as I failed to mention in the beginning, that this is a collective reading for you air signs. So you already know the drill. Take what resonates for you and leave the rest for your fellow air signs. But I feel that this is where you guys are at now. So full moons illuminates, they highlight what needs to be adjusted when it comes to looking at something from a bigger picture, right? Wherever this may mean for you, you have to be able to release that fear to go toward what it is that you want. Because let's talk about the cards. Let's talk about what have come out to clarify that energy of the Two of Swords. And speaking about Aries energy, we got the major arcana of the Emperor, which is connected to the energy of Aries, which is connected to the element of the Wands, which is connected to fire element. But also, as I mentioned, it represents the Emperor is one that is in control. He's also very highly energetic. He's also very driven. He feels in power. But I feel that for some of you air signs, it's the opposite at this time. So you need to, and speaking of the opposite, I just thought about the message behind the overview I gave you guys. Coming down to the very end, it mentions something about the opposite that I want to just kind of refresh. Yes, it says here, when intrusive thoughts enter, counter them with affirmations that states the opposite, positive affirmations. So it's very interesting that I just now got that message. So this applies to you air signs that you are, I feel, in a more of a negative vibrational energy, right? And you know, we have polarity. We got negative, we got positive. And like anything else, when it comes to us moving towards something in a positive light, we want to be able to keep our mindset. We want to be able to be in that energy in our highest frequency, right? And if we happen to be, it's not to say that we can't be, but if we happen to find ourselves in a negative vibrational energy, we must immediately try to find a way to kind of shift that energy around, because by doing so, it says at the end of that overview, it says you are letting that inner confidence yield an attitude that the best care scenario will occur. And so when it comes to confidence, the Emperor definitely is an energy of confidence. He is in control. He is very confident. There is no doubt in his mind based upon what it is he wants to go and what direction he wants to go. So I feel that this energy of the Emperor is where you guys need to be in at this time, my air signs. All right. And along with that, you got the Ten of Pentacles along with the Emperor. So the Emperor is connecting to the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is an earthbound energy as it's connected to earth signs, but it's earthbound, right? Things of value, things that we hold close, things that we want to achieve. Because one thing I want to point out is the detail with these pentacles. I don't know if you can see it. Now, there we go. Now, inside these pentacles, the detail is that of the star. And in other cards, when you see pentacles, it will have that of the third eye inside. Now, the third eye is connected to one's intuition, right? Following. But with this card here, the pentacles has the star. And the star is connected to that of our dreams, our goals, our aspirations, what it is that we truly want. But also the star is also associated with that of air sign, that particularly of Aquarius. So for some of you, this message might be for some of you Aquarius, right? Doesn't have to be, it's for the collective. But because of that detail, you know, when it comes to the energy of trying to regain back your power towards something, releasing a fear of something. But also the Ten of Pentacles is things on the home front, because it's also a family energy, like that of the Ten of Cups is family, homebound, an environment when it comes to things on the home front. But this Ten of Pentacles versus to that of the Ten of Cups, as I said, the Ten of Cups, if the Ten of Cups have come out, it will indicate that you are more emotional, or it would indicate more of a fulfillment. But with the Ten of Pentacles, it's showing that there is something that is still lacking on the home front, if that makes sense, right? This is what I feel. It's more where, because like I said, you have the Star. So it's almost like you are almost there, but not quite there. And the reason you're not quite there is because you are holding yourself back. And why? Because to clarify both that of the Emperor to the Ten of Pentacles, you got the Five of Swords. So again, we got the Swords energy, which is connected to the air energy, but Swords is dealing with that of the mental suits. It's dealing with the mind. But the Swords doesn't always have to be external conflict that is coming to you. It can also be internal conflict, and it could be external, but I feel strongly it's the inner conflict, it's the inner mentality that some of you air signs are going through right now. Now, again, going back to the overview message and pointing out that internal, I mentioned, if you recall, I did mention that this energy of the moon phase can bring tremendous change and transformation. Any internal blockages you might be experiencing are illuminated at this time of this moon. So there is some type of mental blockage that you air signs might be dealing with at this time that is going to be illuminated. Now, I feel it has already been illuminated. It's been illuminated for quite some time. But like anything else, if we do not heed and understand the insights, if we don't understand or see the messages that the universe or our spirit guide or your higher power, whoever you believe in, if you fail to ignore the insights of what it is, especially when it comes to the moon phase readings, whether it be the full moon or the new moon, you know, believe it or not, there is power behind the influence of the moon phases that is linked to certain messages. So if we don't follow them, then you can say, in fact, we are blocking our blessings, okay? Because the universe sees, and they see something that we may not quite see. This is the part where, again, going back to the overall theme, is to see the bigger picture of something, even if we don't really actually know the outcome. That is called stepping out of our comfort zone. It's also that of us facing our fears of the unknown, not really knowing how it's going to end out. And sometimes the universe don't want us to know the outcome. They just want us to take that leap of faith, all right, toward whatever this may mean for you, all right? As well, when I mentioned earlier about some of you, energy is low. We got the Page of Wands that is sitting on top, and at the bottom we have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, the Ace of any suit, represents, you know, a beginning of something. But to me, this Ace of Swords right now is speaking about the truth. As the sword is connected to you guys' energy, right? This is the truth, knowing the truth. And remember, I mentioned that Page of Swords. Page of Swords is that you have been seeing the truth, but mentally, through your mind's eye. You've been seeing the truth for quite some time. Now is the time, with this full moon in Sag, to not see it, but to take action to what it is that you see, if that makes sense. So whatever it is that you've been pondering over, going back to your energy of the Two of Swords, whatever you have been challenging for you to make a decision about, now is the time to utilize this full moon. And may it give you guys that energy, that ambition, that drive to kind of go closer to what it is that you want at this time. All right. So that is the general message behind your message pertaining to that. Now, as we wind down, we're going to now see what is the energy that you need to embrace, or how does this all connect? I pulled out an oracle from the Soul's Journey deck, and what came out was relationships. So it was very interesting that this came out. And just so you know, when I shuffled, during the shuffling, it fell out, but I put it back. Shuffle again, it fell out. So generally, when you get jumpers more than once, that means that it's meant, that there's a message that need to be kind of emphasized. And so I took it, I didn't put it back. And the message here, it says, I'm attracted to those people who serve my highest good. So again, when it comes to relationships, for some of you, this might be a situation where, you need to release a certain scenario of something. Now, this could be a relationship, by the way, regardless. It doesn't have to be a personal, intimate relationship. It could be in a relationship when it comes to those that you are connected to at work, on the work front. It could be family relationships, but it also, yes, can mean intimate, those relationships that is close to you on the home front. You would know where this is placed and what it would mean for you. But the message again is, I'm attracted to those people who serve my highest good. Because if you are connected in a relationship with someone that is not serving your highest good, it's time to release the fear of walking away from it, because full moon also is a releasing energy. So again, if you are in a relationship, if you are connected to a relationship on the work front that is not serving you, it's time for you to release it and to let it go. All right. And as we wind down, I pulled a card from the Wisdom of the Oracles to see what Spirit wants to say in terms of what is the overall outcome if you take their advice pertaining to releasing your fears of the unknown. You got new life. Very interesting. So remember, I mentioned in the overview that this is also a time as well of change and transformation. So there is something that is definitely occurring for your air signs. This could be a physical location where you might be moving and starting a new life somewhere else, or this could be a new life in any aspect that it can apply and mean for you. But there's definitely change for you during this time. I wanted to read something further to expand the additional meaning behind new life. It says birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. It goes on to say, as I highlighted certain messages, it says, you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Remember, I mentioned that right now I feel like your energies is kind of low. You're not at your highest energy right now. This is a time to connect with others and share excitement, passion, and hearts full of joy. This card is a very auspicious card or sign with respect to love and partnerships in all forms. Remember, I mentioned that when it comes to relationships or partnerships, it can be in any form. You would know what form that this message could apply for you in terms of a personal relationship, an intimate, that of a family member, or on the home front. I mean, not home front, on the work front, right? But whatever it is, if you are allowing yourself to release the fear of having to detach from it, to go towards something new, right? Then overall, it's going to bring you something very positive. But you have to feel positive, think positive, right? Come out of that energy of fear, because fear is only going to block our blessings. Blessings that we might not see right away, but there are blessings ahead. All right. So my air signs, I hope that this was very helpful. If at any time you would like an extended version of this full moon reading in Sagittarius, I am open for private sessions. The information will be linked in the description box where you can book a personal with me. Until the next moon phase, my air signs, I'm wishing you all a wonderful evening. Thank you for watching. And if you did like this message, you know what to do. Send some fire and spark to the thumbs button to give me a like. All right. Thank you for watching. Peace, love, and light. Bye.